Okay, that's fair. NFC West, 49ers went out and retooled their defensive line, lose Eric Armstead and Chase Young. Of course, Chase Young they traded for in the offseason, but pick up Leonard Floyd, Yetur Gross Matos, Malik Collins, and then they added as well Devondre Campbell. I kind of like what they did on defense. There's a lot of different stuff, just sort of the offense we know is going to be fine. Defensively, how can you get there? I don't know that this is necessarily like a blow you away offseason. I'll give them a B minus. I do think you think back about the Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner defensive combo, not having either of those guys is kind of a tough look now. But I think retooling, they did a nice job considering all the circumstances. B minus for me, Sully.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, we do have to note that they did kind of lose out on their preferred option in Eric Kendricks, right? Like
Yeah.
they were pursuing Eric Kendricks. They seemed to agree to terms in the legal tampering period, and then all of a sudden Dallas swoops in and signs them to a 2-year deal. They have to pivot to Devondre Campbell. So anytime that happens, I don't think you can't be like, oh well, this has been great. They missed out on one of their top options at one of their key positions. So I'll probably be right there with you, B minus. I do like Leonard Floyd. I just think he's perfect for these Super Bowl contenders. Let me just pop in for a year. Let me contribute off the edge and work in that route. So yeah, no, I think B minus is totally fine because again, they didn't really have that many holes on offense. I mean, they're going to be great. And so defense, you kind of pick and choose your spots.
You know what? I didn't think this would happen. I think this might be the first time we're going to go straight agreement. I'm going to go B minus too. The 49ers didn't do anything flashy. Brinson mentioned the Eric Armstead stuff. You release him because he doesn't want to take a pay cut. I do like that they traded for Malik Collins. They didn't give up much, and I think that could be a sneaky good addition. But other than that, they've been pretty quiet. They did get pass rushing help, which is what they needed. We still know they're going to lose Chase Young too. But with Leonard Floyd and Gross Matos, those are two pretty solid additions. So, they didn't do anything to wow me, but they didn't pull a Dallas Cowboys, who we'll talk about in a little bit, and do nothing. So I'll go B minus.
All right, the Rams picked up Cam Curl, sneaky good signing. Jonah Jackson as well, Darius Williams. And also added my boy Colby Parkinson. I think, man, that the Aaron Donald loss is a dagger for me as somebody who's been pumping up the Rams all off season, just because this team looked like it really did a great job getting ready to be physical in the run game. And to lose the best defensive player in maybe NFL history, not to mention obviously your best defensive player in the sort of the motor that makes that defense goes. That's just it's a tough loss. I understand why Aaron Donald did it. Hall of Fame career, wants to walk away, probably doesn't want to play at anything other than 100%. But I thought that this team had legitimate Super Bowl aspirations. I think that comes down certainly a little bit because of the Donald loss. I'll give them the Donald thing is huge, man. I can't overstate it. Like, I would say I think it's a B plus now for the Rams, and it's not like they did anything wrong. Aaron Donald just retired.
Yeah, no, I'd give him a B. And this is the thing that I was always wondering about with Aaron Donald. Like, there's immediate reports after that say like, oh, the Rams were fully aware, they knew all of this, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, that's what you have to say. If you say you're caught off guard by it, then it just makes you look bad. But like, how aware were they at the start of free agency, start of legal tampering period, that he was leaning in this direction? Like, was this something that they 100% knew, or are they caught a little bit off guard and they'd say, hey, listen, if we actually knew that, we'd probably try to clear as much cap space as humanly possible to go after Christian Wilkins to help us solidify that defensive line. Like, I don't know if you could, move that much cap space to get that type of contract to bring him aboard. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder how much knowledge they had. Maybe they had some inklings, but was it definitive at the start of free agency, or was it like at the end of the week saying, I'm kind of out? I would give them a B here. I do like the Cam Curl signing. I like bringing back Darius Williams. I even like the Jimmy Garoppolo signing. I think that's a great landing spot for him. I think it's really fascinating if something happens to Stafford, if he comes in as kind of that veteran guy with Sean McVay, very familiar with the new offensive coordinator. Mike LaFleur was the passing game coordinator at San Francisco when he was there. So there's a lot of familiarity with that offense. I would give him a B. I think it's been solid, but yeah, of course, you lose one of the best defensive players of his generation. Yeah, that's gonna stink.
And to answer Sully's question, apparently Sean McVay told Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated that Aaron Donald said he was going to retire the day after the Rams lost to the Lions in the playoffs. But it is weird that they waited that long. Why not announce it when you have that kind of open window after the Super Bowl, before the combine, or after the combine before free agency? There are plenty of spots. And if the Rams did know that, it doesn't feel like they really went out and found somebody who could even start to replace him. I know you mentioned Christian Wilkins, but obviously the Aaron Donald thing is huge. But I do like what they did on defense in the secondary, bringing back Darius Williams, also signing Cam Curl. I think those are both two very, very good signings, maybe even underrated signings. And then obviously fortifying the offensive line with Jonah Jackson and Kevin Dotson. Look, Matthew Stafford is getting older. He can't keep taking hits. You need a good offensive line. So I liked both of those. I got the Rams with a B.
All right, Seahawks. Added Rashawn Jenkins and Sam Howell. They're the latter of being a trade. Brought back Leonard Williams, Noah Fant, Artie Burns. Did lose a bunch of guys in the secondary, plus Drew Lock, Jamal Adams, and Quandre Diggs. But those are most of your salary cap, constraints. I think I give the Seahawks a C plus. Nothing special, nothing snazzy.
Yeah, C. Nothing crazy. Didn't really move the needle for me much at all.
What? Did you give him a C plus too?
I give him a C. I didn't really love anything.
I'm going to go with Brinson C plus. Interesting they traded for Sam Howell. I think that who knows? Obviously, Geno Smith expected to be the starter, but who knows how that will play out. They released a bunch of guys, which was interesting. But yeah, I'll go C plus also.
All right. Finally in this division, the Arizona Cardinals bringing Justin Jones. Shout out Justin Jones, Wolfpack. John Murphy-Bunting, Jonah Williams, and traded for Desmond Ridder. Lose, of course, Marquise Brown, DJ Humphreys, and just basically don't have any wide receivers now. So other than that, C minus.
Yeah, I'm with you. C minus. Again, you don't have anybody to throw the football to if you're Kyler Murray. It's kind of a problem. I know that we all say it's possibly Marvin Harrison Jr., but still, like we were saying with Atlanta, you only had Drake London. You needed to add all those other guys like Darnell Mooney and Rondale Moore. You're kind of in that same spot if you're Arizona. Like, okay, you're asking a lot of this first round pick if that's who it's going to be to carry this offense. So yeah, I'd give them a C minus right now.
Yeah, good on them for signing Jonah Williams, beefing up the offensive line, but totally agree with you guys. I mean, who is Kyler Murray throwing the ball to? That seems like a problem. So I'm going to give them just a regular C. I'm not going to throw the minus. Be nice to the birds.